Hey fam, what's good? Welcome back to the podcast. This is Winter. On today's episode, I'm having an amazing conversation with Gabby of Trilla Nails. Please make sure you're following Gabby at Trilla Nails on Instagram. That is at TRILLA Nails, NAILS on Instagram. I just wanted to have a really great, candid conversation, but also an educational and eye-opening conversation with a fellow nail tech, someone that I deeply admire and respect. Gabby has been doing nails for 2 years, and her growth has just been amazing and inspiring, and it leaves me in awe every single day. So I hope that this conversation is helpful to all of you. Introduce yourself to the podcast.
Hello, podcast. I am Gabby Leeper, the woman behind Trilla Nails.
The infamous Trilla Nails, just so y'all know.
I don't really ever show my face on my business page, and a lot of people actually don't know what my name is. But yeah, I'm Gabby.
I feel like that is so common for nail techs. I don't know why. I mean, I guess I do because we do nails. So you're like, why I gotta show myself? Like, y'all come to me to get your nails done. Like,
well, I get, for some people, it's after them, some people have their actual, nail business name as their name. And I wasn't really down with that. It kind of was, but it's not really, mine at all. I actually got Trilla Nails off of a nickname of mine in college. So there's a lot of people that would just yell Trilla
oh, and then you were like, you know what, I'm gonna keep that.
And well, no, I actually answered to it, and some people, they get so used to calling me Trilla, that they can be in a normal conversation talking to just anybody, and they're like, yeah, so Trilla's here, da da da, and people are like, wait, what is your name? And I'm like, it's Gabby, yeah. So it's different. So I have a lot of people that tell me oh, you should show your face more, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, there may be people that like my work, admire my work, but they very well may not like me. And
that is a thing.
In this social media world, it's a lot. And so I'm like, you know what, I don't have time. Maybe down the line I might think about it, here or there. Probably for sure in my stories, I've popped up in my stories, my Instagram stories, here and there, but I don't know. I don't know how to mix the two.
I mean, for me, I know when I really sat down, I was like, okay, I want to be a nail tech, and decided to go to school and do all of that. I think the reason I wasn't really showing myself at first was because one, the name of my page is Joe Queen Nails, so it had nothing to do with my name. So there was, even if you knew me but didn't like me or whatever, but my work, you still wouldn't know it was me because there were just no identifiers, no clues. Yeah. But I think also because for me, I saw that as kind of the trend. So also when I was in that I'm still a beginner, of course. When I was in that brand new baby stage.
Me too.
No, you're not. I mean, you are, but no, you're not. We're not gonna do this. But when I was in that little real baby stage, I was like, okay, so everybody, for me, I thought that was the professional thing to do,
I am a baby stage.
You are literally.
I'm sorry, but keep going.
Not a baby stage. We're gonna get to that, but no, you're not. Anyway, I just thought that was professional. I was like, okay, you post the nails, you know what I mean? You post the work, you are the nail tech, and you're the one doing it, but folks ain't coming here to see you, they're coming here to get their nails done. But then once I became a tech and started doing nails, yes, people are coming to me to get their nails done, but people are also coming to see me, There's a reason people want to go to Gabby. They want to go to Trilla Nails instead of going to old girl down the street. The person sitting next to you could be just as good as you are, or even better, but people want to see you for a reason. So then I started to kind of I guess sprinkle myself. The way that I kind of integrate I'll say not myself, but my professional self into my nail Instagram for my business is that I just do anything to relate it back to nails. So any photos or images of me, it'll be like me and a client, right? Or it'll be like an update video or something like that. So people feel like I'm more personable because I didn't want to come off too serious. And I actually had someone tell me that like my nail page came off so serious. like so rigid. And I was like, what you mean? I do nails. I'm fun. They were like, sis, right. I would not have known from your page. So I was like, oh, okay, damn, I'm blocking my blessings. Like, let me show people that I'm actually nice and fun. But I get serious about nails.
Because, it's like if I do like a live or something and people are like, oh my gosh, like your nail room and like you're so funny and this and that, whatever, just like how I interact with other people. People are like, I wouldn't have got that from your nail page. And I'm like, yeah, but at the same time.
But at the same time, you're like, I just want to post my nails.
Like, you gotta come and see me. Like,
yeah.
I'm better in person than I am behind a screen.
But you know where I think that comes from as well? I think that also comes from influencer culture. I think because becoming a nail tech is like such a cool thing to be now. And I'm someone, I think everybody, like if you go on YouTube and Instagram, like everyone is, okay, well, there's another conversation, but everybody is a quote unquote nail tech. You got your nail enthusiasts, you got your actual like licensed nail technicians, and then you got, I don't know, the in-betweeners, right? Mm-hmm. And so I think people see the success of someone who does nails. Like I think that the average, person looking at your page will go to Trilla Nails on Instagram and be like, oh, she's dope. Like she's fire. Like, look at this. Like, wow. Right. And I also think people will judge a nail tech's lifestyle. At least I've come into this with customers before. They'll judge a nail tech's lifestyle based off of the nails that they do. So if the sets you do always look like very expensive, they're going to assume that you, the tech, must be making bank. And you might be. People also
I agree.
But people also don't understand, like, this is a very expensive profession to be in, sis. So,
my God, say it again for the people in the back. Do you want to go ahead and tweet that?
This is a very expensive profession.
If you want to go ahead and put that on Instagram, I will go ahead and add that to my Instagram. Please say it again for the people in the back, okay? Because they're not listening to me. You would have thought I was somebody's mom. And just said it, and it goes in one ear and out the other.
And out. People don't get it. And so I think that people think that being a nail tech is akin to like being an influencer. I don't know where it comes from, but I just think it's like people think that, okay, like I start doing nails, I get real good at it. I'm going to get, like 15K followers, and I'm going to get 50K, 100K. I'm going to be at 1 million, right? I'm going to be this poppin' celebrity nail tech making like millions of dollars by doing nails. And people also think that doing nails is easy.
Thank you. And it's not.
It's not. I've encountered so many people who come to me like, oh, like you went to school and did everything so fast. Like, because I went to school. I literally graduated January 24th. So like, I'm very.
Oh my God, that's my birthday.
Look at God. Period. I'm very upset about this whole lockdown. It's necessary though. I'm for it. But I'm like, I was just starting. Like,
you know what?
I was just getting the ball rolling. My books was booked. And then I was like, y'all can't come no more.
I would say for somebody starting out, this is probably a really good time because just to kind of like share a little bit of my story. Mm-hmm. So I got my, excuse me, I got my, license October 2018. So I've only been doing nails for almost 1.5 years now. That's why I say my baby.
You're like a toddler. Ain't no baby though.
I'm crawling. Wow, my voice. So basically while I was still in school, I'm sure and like, other people who have tried to be nail techs or new nail techs, when you ask people for information, when you ask people for help, you don't really
please.
Get it, okay?
Hey, don't hear
it's like non-existent, okay? So I was in the same exact boat before I became Trilla Nails, all that. Like, I'm like...
People don't even want to tell you where they get their files from. Like, sis, right. You ain't invent them. Shit.
Just like say it's an 80 grade.
Please, just send me the link.
So, while I was still in school, I didn't know any better. So, I took out a credit card that I needed for emergency only. and bought the entire Valentino collection for
Oh, that's a
$1,600.
big yikes.
Like $1,600, okay? And
Oh,
I'm thinking,
no. Oh, no.
and then I maxed it out. I went and bought a Koopa.
You want a Koopa? Girl, I still don't have a Koopa.
E5.
Hell nah.
Okay. So those were my first two purchases.
Woo.
Being in like the nail industry.
Oh,
and
goodness.
I
Oh,
didn't
for those
know that.
listening, a Koopa, not to cut you off, a Koopa fucking Manny Pro nail drill, them shits is like $500. They're ridiculous. Yeah. They're ridiculous.
Yeah. And there was like no sale, no nothing. And so that's what I bought. So I maxed out my credit card because those are huge purchases. I didn't even know how to use an e-file yet, but my school was not really letting us use theirs.
Yeah.
Like, we had to watch the lady use it, and then that was it. So I was like, nah, because I plan on starting as soon as I pass state board.
Yeah, you were like, I'm working.
So I need something. But my other idea was, you know, a lot of people, they started working with, like, crap products, you know. I really want to use another word, but I don't know if I can use it on here. But
I mean, you can. I'm not in this for money. Shit, period.
So they started using shit product, you know, like shit e-files. And, you know, I was watching all these YouTube videos.
And a bad e-file is dangerous as fuck. So
right.
You do have to invest.
Everybody's like, you know, I wish I would have started out with good product. Like, this is so much easier to work with. And I was like, okay, so why would I be wanting to start with things that are harder to work with? You know what I mean? Like, why don't I just start out with the good stuff,
right?
And then I know what not to use, like, ever if it's bad.
But then it's like you don't really know how to use the good stuff, so now you wasted it.
So that was kind of like where I wish that I had some help because I didn't have any help. And so if I had more time, because as I'm in school from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. because I went full time, you know.
Where'd you go to school?
NC Nail Academy in Charlotte.
Oh, yeah. Y'all gotta, okay. What are y'all hours? We're 250 hours in New York. Because I'm like 9 to 7 p.m.
We're 300.
Yeah, I was like, y'all have to be more than 250 hours.
Yeah. And then, you know, aesthetics is 600, all that kind of stuff. But so, yeah, like, I was in school full time, so I'm just like thinking, nobody knows anything. There's people in my class who have been working for longer than I've been born.
Facts.
And they were like already working in nail salons and stuff like that, you know, Vietnamese, whatever. And they were just now getting their license for the first time.
Which is extremely common. For anyone listening, it's extremely common.
Yeah, and I learned that, you know, I was like, what are y'all doing here? And like, they would be part-time because they would have to go to work. So I'm like, wait, you guys are in school, but you're already like, yes, all that. I had like 14-year-olds in my class, and I was like, you can't even work yet. And they're like, oh, you know, you can have your nail tech license at 13. I was like, what?
Yep. And you can, and at that age too, I don't know what it is for you all over there in Charlotte, but I know in New York, you can get it at 13 or 14, and you can also apprentice under a master nail technician or a master cosmetologist who owns a salon. So you can even be working in a nail salon literally at 14, 15 years old, like doing nails.
That's crazy.
Yep.
So, you know, I didn't have any help, and, you know, I didn't have any time either. So, like I said, by my whole, you know, acrylic line and everything. And then I went to go work in the back of a barbershop, in like a room that I was splitting with a lash tech, and I was paying $75 a week for rent. And I mean, just had like the basics. I started out with nail polish instead of gel. That was a catastrophe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I knew out the gate. I was like, period. I'm doing gel only. I'm not even doing it.
I wanted to do gel. I wanted to do that. But I didn't realize how much gel costs.
$15 a bottle if you use the gel bottle ink.
You know, you have to have color. You can't just have your primary.
Yeah, and you can't just have nudes.
You know? So it's like, okay, I gotta have all this stuff, you know, and I'm like, where am I supposed to get all this money? Like, I just got this acrylic, so it's like, should I just go straight acrylic, you know, all that? And then it's like,
be a no polish artist.
Right. And then I needed to build up a clientele. And so I'm just like, so I just have like friends and, you know, close family members or, you know, friends. A lot of my friends are my family. I, you know, consider them. Um, so it's just like just here and there. And the type of barbershop I was in a Dominican barbershop. So, you know, just anybody was wanting to come in, you know, and I was trying to do this whole appointment thing.
Yeah.
And everybody just wanted to like stop in, like, yeah, like, can you do me after her or whatever? And I'm like, no, I'm trying to go. Like, I'm trying to eat. Like,
right.
Like, what is this? No, we ain't about to do this, and I'm not about to be here all night, you know? So those things were hard. And it's just like, you know, if I had some time to really just like stay put and think about all these things and like to really do my research, I used to say all the time, I wish I kind of would have waited to be a nail tech. Which sounds a little harsh, but because it is so expensive, I didn't have.
No, it's extremely expensive. I think most people go into debt when they start.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't realize that you have to spend so much money, like from school to product to whatever. Like to become a nail tech, I tell people all the time, like, I damn near spent $10,000. People are like, no, you didn't. And I'm like, yes, I did. Yes, I did.
You're right.
Just to start. Like, that's me having basic shit. That's me paying for school. That's me finding a salon home. That's me paying booth rent. I'm like, y'all don't understand. Like, when you start and your only clients are friends and family, yeah, like you're gonna go into debt before you start earning anything for real.
Right. So, and like I had left corporate, so I was working a corporate job. I worked for NASCAR. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but I worked for NASCAR. And left there, and I
think you can say it. I think as long as you don't like spill tea, you can say where you worked. Because I say where I worked before.
Well, I didn't sign no NDA, so they can kiss my anyway.
Period.
But yeah, so I was a bartender all throughout college, and then I went the corporate route because I felt like, okay, well, this is what I'm supposed to do, quote unquote. And hated it. And it's not to say that every corporate job is bad, but it just didn't work out for me. And I was still bartending while I was working my corporate job.
Right.
So, you know, I needed to cut down expenses. Right. And I was like, okay, well, I always have my nails done, girl. Always. Okay. And I was like, I could do this. I could do this.
No, that was me, literally. I was the girl known for always having my nail, like, no matter the fuck what. And I used to keep my head shaved, so like hair and all of that like wasn't a thing to me because I was like, oh, I'm a bald headed baddie, so like I don't even, my money goes to my nails. So then I was like, wait a fucking minute, why don't I do my nails?
Right. Yeah. So you know that's when like I had enrolled myself in school. So it's just like I spent so much money, you know, that I didn't have on starting my business. I didn't know how much an LLC cost, and I just went and I did it.
And talk about it. People don't understand. What so LLC costs money?
State is different.
Costs guap, guap, guap. Well, I'm gonna let people know right now in New York, it ain't cheap. It ain't.
No, it's not. It's not. In North Carolina, it wasn't necessarily cheap, but it was. So basically, in North Carolina, you had to go through the Secretary of State.
Right.
You know, all that. Of course, your EIN number, and that doesn't matter where you are. Your EIN number is free. But,
that was a great thing to say. Yes, people would mess with me like, how did you start a business? Someone charged me. I was like, that is free. So whoever is out here trying to tell you have to pay for that is all the way free. Google is your best friend when it comes to registering your own business. Also, go to a bank. Honestly, I went to a bank and I was like, I went to my bank. I bank with Wells Fargo. And I told them, hey, I'm in school becoming a nail tech. And I was like, I want to start a business. How do I start a business? Like, I was like, I need to register things. And like most banks, I don't know about everybody, but I know that like Chase could be finicky, but Chase and Wells Fargo, because I used to be with Chase, they're very good at providing you with the tools you need to get your business registered and like set up what you need to set up because they want your business, you know, like they want you to then set up your business account.
New
yeah.
Saying that because I didn't go through a bank. I did it myself. At first, people were like, do LegalZoom or something.
Oh, hell no. I was like, ooh.
I'm not going to LegalZoom. Girl, looked it up. It was $1,000. And I was
like, yeah.
No. So, yeah, I just went to Secretary of State. I got my EIN number like a year before I even like did nails. So it was kind of backwards, but whatever. I got it. And
I mean, not really preparation. You got it. You know what I'm saying? It was there. Yeah. You had it. Whatever.
And then I went to, oh gosh, I don't even know what office it was. Anyway, because this is like how crazy I am and like where my mind goes. So it's like, oh, you want an LLC. So I was like, bet, yeah, what's my LLC name gonna be?
LLC Twitter be like, I got an LLC,
right.
get you 5, exactly. Boo.
So that's kind of how I was. And like I said, how my nail name like became Trilla is because the nickname, I mean, I have like 20 nicknames, but the nickname that I was like going off of all of my social media at the time of me doing nails was Gab Trilla, what it is on my Twitter. And so I was like, what's my LLC going to be? And I was like, I don't know, just put it as Gab Trilla. Like, so that's what I did. I put Gab Trilla LLC, and then I needed a DBA, doing business as. So I had to file another papers because you can have an LLC and then have multiple
names.
DBAs. So I'm like, okay, well, if I did Trilla Nails LLC, and then 5 years from now I'm not doing nails for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what if I want to?
I got nails attached to it.
Yeah.
So I did it as like a DBA.
People don't know that. That's how people go
like
try
$100.
Complain. Yeah, that's money. And people, that's why I tell people all the time. You need to really research businesses and companies you go to as well, because people want to complain and go to the Better Business Bureau and then they can't find the company. And I'm like, they got their LLC name, they got their doing business as name. What's they like? Y'all better know the differences, because you can search up whatever to make a claim and cannot find them because that's not their true company name.
I paid like well over $100, like just to file for my LLC.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then had to pay at least $100 for my DBA, everything, you know. So, and that took like some time too. I mean, it was quick, but it still took time.
But it's a process.
Right.
And it's money.
And then what? After,
and don't let them say you got to come back and fill something else out because whatever thing wasn't right. That's another fee. So, you know, it's like, it's fees, y'all. It'd be fees.
Right. So, yeah, and then what they do tell you it, but you don't think that like a whole year is going to wrap around like so quick, is because once all that is like done, cool, that's like all great, you know, like you have like your paperwork for it, you know, all that. And then now, like something that I'm dealing with is now that everything is going on, and I was saying, oh no, earlier, and I apologize, is because I just found out North Carolina got put on shelter in place.
Yep.
Yeah.
We just got put on it.
So I'm like, no.
Yep. Yep.
Cause like, no.
I know. It's like, no, but you're like, but then I'm like, listen, I'm trying to have a summer. So like, I'm going to need folks to stay in their house for 14 days. Stay the fucking inside. Like,
I know, exactly.
I'm trying to be on the beach.
What I'm, having issues with is because around this time last year is when I filed for my LLC. So when you have to renew, that costs, at least in North Carolina, $202 to renew. So
now, ain't that crazy how it costs more money for you to renew your shit and to get? I will never understand. Exactly. I will never understand. So,
and that's yearly if you have an LLC. Obviously it's different for sole proprietors and everything, but I have an LLC, so it's $202. And the dilemma that I'm going through right now is like, I don't got an extra $202,
right, to
give y'all just to keep my LLC up. So like, if I don't know what I'm gonna have to do, but it is not it. So. Like I would say, if I was in your position, like look at that, like it's like a good thing, because it's like now you can have time to figure out what you want your policies to be, if not already, or if you already have something in place, like do you like it? Use this time for like social media. Like I've kind of been like at like a place where I'm like really uninspired. So like, when people are like, oh my God, like, like you're so bomb, everything. And I'm just like, thank you. But like, I don't look at myself as that way, is because, not to say that I'm comparing myself like to other people, but it's like Charlotte is so saturated with nail techs. And
y'all are really,
we're so amazing, but at the same time, and like everybody's style is different. So really what happened in Charlotte, I can't speak for anywhere else. In Charlotte, a lot of the buildings kicked the nail techs out.
I did not know that.
What
happened?
Yeah, so basically, in like the Charlotte area, there was a company that had multiple buildings, around the city, and they allowed, they had like salon suites. They allowed, anybody to come there, and it was pretty affordable, good sized rooms, all that kind of stuff. Well, just randomly they said, oh, we're not going to allow nail techs anymore because they wanted to now incorporate office space. Oh. So people that were actually trying to like have businesses.
Yeah, no, like a business.
Suites. But they had them mixed in, and then they tried to like separate the floors. But when you have ventilation, everything, things go up. And so when you have the offices upstairs, obviously the monomer, the hair, it's too much. That's all going up. So of course they're complaining, and they're complaining about the nails. So that property management company decided to kick all nail techs out.
That's crazy. They couldn't file a suit or something, like a civil suit. You know what I'm saying?
But that's with every building that they had. So all at the same time, all nail techs in Charlotte were like, where do we go? Where do we go? What do we do? And so unless you wanted to go like to My Salon Suites or Sola salons and stuff like that, and even in those places when we went to go see, they were charging $320
Oh no, astronomical. Because people think that nail techs are making billions of dollars because of the couple of people who are. No, we're not all doing that.
For hair, maybe that works out.
Because that's one head.
Right. But for us, like $3 a week? No, buddy, that's not gonna happen. And they're like, oh, you don't do artificial nails. I remember, I will never forget. This lady said, you guys don't do like the smelly nails, do you? And we were like, artificial nails. And she was like, yeah. She's like, maybe you should try the S&S because you can make more money and it's like less of a smell.
First of all, sis, be quiet.
No, wait. And so she's like, like it like costs more, and if people start to complain about, like your acrylic smell, then we'll have to terminate your lease if you guys sign with us. So I caught attitude, and I rarely catch attitude because, girl, I had on like an extra long set of fire ass nails. Okay, so I'm like, ma'am, how much do you think this set costs?
Period.
And so, eyes are looking at me like, Gabby, don't start, and I'm just like,
but it's like, no, because you're disrespecting me and you're disrespecting my craft.
What do you think this set costs? Because your little dip powder set is $55, and if you had a soak off, it's probably $65 because they're overcharging you. Okay?
Literally.
You also probably have a fungus on your nails, but we won't go into that, ma'am. But
over here believing it's organic, it's acrylic and super glue. Y'all getting scammed. But anyway,
so I'm just like, mine actually costs more than yours, but whatever. I don't even want to be somewhere where that's how you're gonna judge me. And two, if I come in here, move all my stuff in here, and start working, and all your other tenants want to complain when we all in here trying to make some money, then I'm not about to have to worry about moving my stuff in the middle of my lease or whenever. Mm-hmm. So, no. So, I don't know if you're familiar with Tiffany Sim. Mm-hmm. And she actually used to be my nail tech, so it's cool. But we ended up moving in the same salon suites. We're actually looking at salon suites like together at the time last year, and we went to a place that is Black owned, which I think is absolutely amazing. It's funny because Tiffany's not Black, but I always say she's mixed. But they were actually charging us $1,000 a month for suite rent. And granted, New York is very different than North Carolina, but North Carolina does not make a whole bunch of money like that. I mean, they do, but whatever. So it's like you have to like charge for that.
Because you do, because $1,000 a month. If that's if we're doing a 30-day month, that's $30 a day basically, which sounds like not a lot to people because y'all like, oh, that's a basics. Okay, but y'all really have to account.
Days off, if you have all that,
you got to account for everything. That's you literally working every single day, first of all, that month. And that's every client showing up like on time, like nobody canceling, nothing going awry, and people tipping you.
Right.
So, no, y'all, it ain't that easy.
Like, like that's just a lot. So of course my prices immediately had to go up, and I didn't necessarily want that, because I'm like, I want clients, but at the same time it's like, well, I also have to be able to have a place where they can come. And so, like that was hard on me too, is because I was coming out of pocket left and right. And everything that I was making, I was making that, but at the same time,
you're putting it right back.
Right. I have a car payment. I have rent. I have all these other things, that I have to like take care of. So, to be personal here, my bills was running up $3,000 a month, and I was making the money. However, I wasn't spending. It was spent before.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people think that nail techs. That's what I mean again. But people judge the lifestyle of the nail tech based off of the sets that they do.
Yeah.
If you post a set. And the big thing now is people want to know how much is that set, because fucking young
like
nails
that.
started
like,
that.
I think
No,
it's
I like it.
Something, and they like post the price, and I'm like,
well, because y'all gotta learn. Y'all gotta stop coming here thinking you're about to get an extra long with Swarovski crystal hand drawn art. First of all, you're asking me, because I consider nail techs artists. I feel like we are painters and we paint every damn day.
We are
masterpieces every day. So you're asking me for a 2.5 hour, sometimes 3 hour art session, and you want it for $40? Absolutely not. Mm-hmm. Like, that is not gonna happen. But I think people see those. But sometimes I think the backlash from that is you post a set and you're like, how much do you think this set costs? And then you're like, this was a $150 set. This was a $200 set. This is an $80 set. People start doing math because they think they know your books, right? And so people think, oh, you must be making like $10K a month, $10K. And it's not that that's not possible. There are definitely nail techs who make 10, 20, 30K a month. People are out here making that. But what people don't understand is, even if you can be making $20K a month, you can be making $10K a month, $5K a month. Your bills, like putting money back into the business. I'm like, there's your true earn, there's your profit, and then there's your net profit.
Right.
I could have made $5K, but I only get to keep $1,500.
Right.
The rest of that goes to my business. So like, am I really making this big bank y'all think I'm making, or am I? I'm doing well, but I'm not. Y'all got it twisted sometimes with the nail tech thing. Y'all swear we take 100% of your $150 set and put that in my pocket. I surely do not. I wish I could, but I don't.
And so it's just like, it's wild, like people really don't understand it. And, as great as people think that I am, in the reality of it, just to share my story, so that when people do hear this, that like, it's really not a game. Mm-mm. So I already started with debt when I was in school, just to start this, in suite rent alone, I've paid $12,000 for just my suite at $1,000 a month. I was basically going week to week, and that's the honest to God truth. Even though with all this COVID-19 stuff, whatever, when everybody started to panic, and wanting to cancel and reschedule. I mean, listen, my lease was up,
right,
for my suite, and of course, I would love to renew, but and actually, now that I'm gone, she's actually still charging people suite rent. Even while this
is all happening.
Yeah.
A literal global pandemic and like economic shutdown of everything.
Right. So we're not making any money. Right. So we're not making any money. So, as all this is happening and I'm refunding people, everything that I have is depleted. I didn't know that this was getting ready to happen.
Yeah.
And so I think, people think, oh, like, it's like so cool to be a boss. You can do whatever. When you're not making that much money, you know what I'm saying? There's hardly anything to save when you have to,
please speak about it, because fucking 401k Twitter loves to say why I don't have 6 months worth of savings. Savings from what? What are you talking about? Like,
so you want to put stuff into a Roth IRA and all that kind of stuff. They're asking you to put away $500 a month, whatever. But if you just made enough to go grocery shopping,
I can't give you that.
Do all that. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, as people are, canceling their appointments, their kids are out of school, all that kind of stuff, So I went from a full book to 3 people. 2 people actually.
Yeah.
And it wasn't enough to say, yeah, I'll renew, and here it goes $250. I didn't have it.
Yeah.
So I was forced to move out in 2 days for my suite.
And people don't understand, a lot of nail techs are finding themselves in this just a lot of beauty professionals in general, but because I'm a nail technician, so I'm going to speak to myself in my industry. Right, exactly. A lot of nail techs are finding themselves in positions where they're like, damn, I got to, first of all, move all my stuff out, which that is a timely process. And it's a very delicate one because nothing's worse than moving on your polish and then seeing half of them done spilled. Because that's money.
Exactly.
Okay? And then you also have to think about the future. Like, it's kind of like, where do we go from this if you were forced to have to move out of your space? It's like, so what do I do? Like, you can't, when this is all said and done, it could be 30 days from now, it could be 90 days from now. You still can't just spring up and go, all right, I'm going to just go renew or get a new space. I don't have the money to just go renew or get a new space. So it's still like, what are we about to, like, what is the shift? And I already know, like, there's going to be a rise in a bunch of people based out of their homes because, like, well, where you going to go? You know, like, people are going to have to just do nails somewhere.
Oh, actually, our fine in North Carolina, if somebody reports you doing stuff at home, is $2,500, and they're revoking our license.
Oh, so y'all can't do nails out of your home? That's crazy. You can do it in New York. Oh no.
Well, yeah, but you can do it here, but you have to
have. You have to register.
State board.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You have
you can't really do nails like inside your home. Like they said that you could do it for immediate family or whatever, but. Also, if you don't own your house, like, North Carolina is very different, like I said, from New York. New York, I'm originally from New York. You know, my family's from New York, so, like, I get it. Yeah. I understand the hustle mentality.
So I was like, what? Girl, everybody got business at their house.
Here, no, ma'am. So, if you are renting an apartment and you're...
But you know what? That's the South, though.
What does that smell? They're picking up the damn phone immediately.
Yeah, that's the South,
And you will have something on your door.
Yeah.
Letting you know that there's a smell coming, or if they see too many cars come in and out. People are nosy. They're like, so what are you doing? What's going on over here?
That's,
You're not running a business in here, are you?
When I was in Georgia, I was going to Spelman, right? I went to Spelman for undergrad. So I'm in Atlanta. And of course, everybody do hair in Atlanta. Everybody do hair. One of my friends actually like almost got evicted because her nosy neighbor basically was like, I've just been noticing like a lot of people have been coming to your apartment and sometimes they're loud and sometimes it's late at night. And it's like, first of all, since you're dragging it, but anyway.
Right.
And basically she called board on sis and was like, I think she's running like an illegal salon. I'm like, first of all, sis, can you just respect the hustle? And if you wanted a piece, okay, of the bread, all you had to do was ask, okay? If it was that deep, like, you gonna shut down my whole everything? Like, come get your braids done and just relax.
Right.
Just relax. That's deep though. That's heavy. People don't get that either though. It's like,
yeah. So people think that I just like closed down just because of COVID-19. And I was like, actually, no, I didn't. Like,
so
my clientele. Yeah. Like I could not afford to keep it up, and then it just so happens that all this stuff goes on. So I'm like, well, I still don't have enough money, but. Tiffany and I are actually going to be sharing space when we can, when all this stuff is lifted. So we're actually going to be moving her and I in the room together. So that helps. But at the same time, it's just like, yeah, we really can't do anything right now. But I have people, and I've posted about it like twice.
Yeah.
And that's not an easy thing to swallow. But It is what it is. And it's like in my first year and a half of business, I've learned so much. So much that like people, they don't tell you, they forget to tell you, or they won't tell you, or, you have to have all this money in order for them to tell you anything. And it's like, you know what? I learned for myself, and I like the fact that I had to learn for myself. I wish somebody would have gave me a heads up.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
so you prepare a little bit and get ready.
Like to know. And like, I love what I do. Don't get me wrong. I love being creative. I belong in a creative environment. I thrive the best in creative settings. With nails, I used to paint, so I love painting, on like big scales. And then here I go with like tiny micros.
Right. You just transfer.
What some people don't realize about our craft, and I say our craft is because, it's nail techs or, hairdressers, whatever it may be, it's a craft.
It is, it's a skill.
What our craft is, it's just like a lot of stuff takes time. What you see on social media, whether it be Instagram, Pinterest, I don't know, whatever, when things are hand painted, everybody, we all love Vivian from Pamper Nail Gallery. She's the freaking beast, and she knows it. And I think it's amazing, And there's other people, Impeccable Nails, Lana nailed it, all of them. So it's just like, what people fail to realize is it did not take her 2 hours to do her full set and all that.
Artwork. Sometimes these are days long processes.
Exactly.
Sis did her set over the course of a week.
Thank you. So then it's just like, one girl on Instagram, her name is Rachel Glam. She's part of the Valentino crew, and she's like, it took me 5 Star Wars movies to finish this one finger.
Hey fam, thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. Gabby and I are really excited about this, and you'll see in part 2 just how excited we are. We really hope to make this a regular podcast for you all. We are just so appreciative to everyone who is listening right now, everyone who will be listening into the future. Please, again, make sure that you are following Gabby at Trilla Nails. That is at TRILLANAILS on Instagram. Make sure you follow her on Twitter. Make sure you follow her on every single social media platform because she's simply amazing.